Hi friends. As of now, we have discussed about how safety performance lead to business performance, how leadership is always creating culture, and how culture sustain performance. In today's presentation, we will brainstorm on why understanding safety is very important to start leading safety. Background of this fact we will understand through some case studies, and we will also have some core concept of safety in this session. So let's quickly go through content. In this session, we will discuss on safety concept knowledge gap bit among leaders, which is something. This is the main reason of so much disconnect between safety professional and other leader like manager quality, production, engineering, etc. Then we will discuss why understanding safety is absolutely necessary before start leading safety, and after it we will have discussion on some core concept of safety. Let's discuss on concept knowledge gap between leaders. Core safety concept either unknown or misunderstood by operational leader at various level. You will see expansion of this gap as you will go up. Due to this knowledge gap, generally organization suffer disconnect between safety manager and other operational leader. When safety manager says something as per safety procedure, operational manager either do not know or misunderstood and take it as a hurdle to their core KPIs. Operational leaders are only paid attention in their key performance area and make decisions accordingly. It's a very important that all party to realize that safety is not necessarily intuitive, but there is no any reason it cannot be learned and taught. Now, why safety understanding must before start leading safety? Let's try to understand it by case study. In one of the organization, there was safety committee driven by first and second line of employees. Committees was make effort in right direction, requiring letting from top management accept time allocation to workers. Over period of 2 years, safety committee developed a very good safety management system, engaging to worker and getting very good results in terms of high awareness and improved safety behavior. Then safety committee started work reconfiguration project as per standard safety procedure in well enthusiastic manner. As a result of number of incidents were coming down consistently, which lead to significant safety statistics. Suddenly, after 2 months, organization had a number of incidents. Safety committee investigated and concluded that incident happened due to normal variation. Safety committee also reviewed leading indicators and found no basis of alarm or a redirection of safety committee working approach. New plant manager joined the organization 3-4 months back. He saw increased number of incident and pushed the panic button. In fact, he knew nothing about safety program driven by safety committee, and he's looking only endpoint number. When incident number went down, he ignored safety, but when number went up, he propelled himself into action. Without consulting safety committee, plant manager made decision that number of safety observation must be go up, and people who will conduct more and more observation will get financial incentive as well. Plant manager thought he was taking action to address problem quickly, decisively, but he actually destroying hard work and spent resource of 2 years of work. Now question is why plant manager made this kind of disastrous decision. So plant manager fundamentally did not understand how safety work. He failed to see how employee engagement work. He failed to see why improvement process was working to improve the safety of workplace. He failed to see meaning of data on number of injury. He was not bad person. He was not fool. Only thing he just didn't understand what he still needed to learn. So now we have made background why leading safety. Start with understanding safety. Now there are some safety course concept top management people need to have to make safe decision. First core concept is safe workplace is much more than awareness. Second core concept is injuries are prevented by safe workplace, which includes safe decision, uh, excellent safety system, safety leadership, and safe behavior. Third core concept is safe workplace held constant with produce variable number of incident. Fourth core concept is leading indicator and longitudinal root cause analysis give a more complete picture of workplace safety than incident number. And fifth and last core concept is precursor of serious injury and fatalities tend to be fundamentally different from the precursor of minor injuries. So let's discuss on first safety core concept. A safe workplace is much more than awareness. Some safety leaders believe that if people are aware about risks they are facing, then they would protect themselves. Awareness of risk is important in safety, but it's one piece of management system. To make workplace safer, you actually have to make workplace safer. Getting new awareness will help for short time and worker think I am supposed to be more aware and uh, and they ask me to work in environment that is obviously unsafe. So awareness alone is not enough to improve safety. Now one question is it good idea to make financial reward for safety result? So answer is making financial reward for safety result is always mistake. It sends wrong message. Safety is a part of our job and we need to do all right thing to avoid getting hurt. Now come to second core safety concept. Injuries are prevented by safe workplace include safe decision making, proper design, excellent safety system, and safe behavior. If any one of these factors is substandard, there are risk of injuries. The solution is not to chase down every hazard, but we need to develop mechanism that create safe workplace. For example, if an instrument panel designed poorly, operator usually work around it. But if worker is distracted and panel designed poorly, combination of both factor result in injury. Now come to second core safety concept. Safety of workplace held constant will produce a variable number of incident. Someday particular hazard and poorly written procedure compensated by safe behavior of employee while other day it can't happen. Let's try to understand variation by statistical analysis. Suppose you have 36 of your employee injured in a particular year. You averaged 3 injury per month, but you intuitively know you didn't have a 3 injury each and every month. In month of July, we have no injury. Does it mean July is a more safer month in compared to other month? Zero injury in month is not compelling any improvement. So similarly, in month of October, we have 6 injury. Does it mean you did something to make situation worse? It's a human nature to look for pattern and try to make meaning with limited data while it actually happened due to common and special cause variation. When most experienced member of workforce were present, your injury rate went down. When your worker with less experience, it lead to more people hurt. So it's a we have taken it as example. So let's quickly understand about common and spatial cause variation. Common cause variation is unmanaged exposure, light experience, noise. Common cause variation always present to some degree in process, while a spatial cause variation is short-term changes in exposure in which something different happening in certain time or a place. Now come to force safety concept. Leading indicator and longitudinal root cause analysis give a more complete picture of workplace safety than incident number. Leading and lagging indicator are two type of measurement used, uh, which assessment of safety performance. Leading indicator like safety committee meeting, subcommittee meeting, behavior-based safety observation, accident investigation, kaizens related to safety. The lagging indicator like accident and property damage number. So difference between both of them is leading indicator can influence changes while lagging indicator can only record what happened. Let's understand longitudinal root cause analysis. An incident tells us we need to fix something, then another something else, then something else again, and yet we continue to have incident without seeing a significant downward trend. A tool that we can use is longitudinal root cause analysis, which reveal systemic exposure. Systemic exposure is exposure that is there all time and which is responsible for common cause variation in injury data. If you only hunt cows going case by case, you investigate one accident at a time, do your root cause analysis, find some stuff, fix what you can, and close the report. This individual analysis matters, but it's a very slow way to make. On other hand, if you look at whole series of analysis, identify theme, address those theme, then you will get at systemic exposure much more effectively and see some immediate lift. So next core safety concept is precursor to serious injuries and fatality tend to fundamentally different from precursor to minor injuries. To understand this safety concept detail in better way, you must watch my other session on below link. Hope you enjoyed session. Thank you and have a safe day.